Howdy folks, welcome to the channel. This is Rockin' a Country. I'm Don. We're in our 8th year here of non-pop country music reactions. Traditional country is definitely going to make a resurgence. It's going to, I don't want to say a comeback because it's still alive and well in many quarters, but it's kind of been subordinated to the newer pop rock, the pop country rock, if you want to call it that, but pop country. And but people are going to be migrating much more toward traditional, those who are into the pop stuff now, because the traditional is where the meat of country is. So in that vein, I've got a gift request from Eliyahs Romans. Eliyahs, thank you for this gift, my friend, and the request. And if you want to know how to make a gift to the channel for me to do a reaction, it's in the description box below. It's $25, Venmo or PayPal, and I get the reaction up within 2 days, but almost always within one. So you always have that to look forward to. But Ray Price's She's Got to Be a Saint. I don't know what this is about, but this is the second of 2 requests that Eliyahs made, for which he said Eliyahs is not married or in a real or deep relationship, but this song hits him hard. So we're going to find out what this one's about. I'm a life coach by training. Really, I could call it a situation coach because I don't do therapy or analysis of childhood and that sort of thing. I look at current circumstances in people's lives and then assess what might happen if you decide to change jobs, or you decide to get divorced, or whatever course of action that is causing you difficulty. I look at the different circumstances, and that plays into how I look at songs too, because I'm a philosopher by nature. I'm not judgmental, but I feel these songs, and I gave you all that backdrop to say, if this hit Eliyahs hard, it might also hit me hard, and I don't mind feeling things that make me sad. I also like to laugh, but I love to think and feel, and that's why I like traditional country music so much, because it's the real deal in all of those categories. And also the lyricism in traditional country and non-pop country is second to none. It is set up for just absolute brilliance. So let's see what Ray has for us. She's got to be a saint. Like, why? For putting up with him type of deal? Got that band.
I'm out late every night doing things that ain't right. She'll cry for me when I'm down in the dumps, and she nurses my lumps. How she cries for me. And she'll never complain. She keeps hiding the pain, but I know all the while she's not feeling too well. 'Cause I put her through hell, still she forces a smile.
Yeah.
She's got to be a saint, Lord knows that I ain't. I finally realize right before my eyes, here is a saint. There's a dress in the shop that'll make her eyes pop, but she'll look away.
Oh boy.
She'd have gotten a lift if I'd bought her that gift for her birthday. But her birthday has come, and I feel like a bum, 'cause I spent my last dime on a worthless old friend, on a drunken weekend.
Damn.
I've done it time after time.
He did it his way, as Frank Sinatra sang, but this right here gives you insight that human nature does not change. Just doesn't change. You could go back. I mean, this sounds like it's almost 70 years ago. I don't know if this came out in the 50s or 60s. I don't think it would have been later than that. But this is one of these things where it just shows that relationships among humans have been the same for thousands of years. Even those of you who are fans of the Bible, whether it's the Hebrew Bible, the New Testament, or what have you, it talks about these very same issues. People trying to get along with each other. At least he has a conscience enough to realize that she's a saint. The question is, what's he going to do with it? Is he going to change his ways, or is he just too stubborn and comfortable in his ways?
She's got to be a saint. Lord knows that I ain't. I finally realized right before my eyes, here is a saint.
What are you going to do to keep her?
Should I stay? Should I go? I really don't know. My mind's in a blur. Soon it's gonna be dawn, and if she finds me gone, would it be best for her? I see her cry in her sleep, so I kiss her wet cheek. I kneel by her and pray, and I'll turn off the light, step out in the night, and I'll go on my way. She's got to be a saint. Lord knows that I ain't. I finally realized right before my eyes, here is a saint.
I get it. I understand this, but it pisses me off too in this regard. One, you're not even giving her the chance to kick you out. You're the one with the bad behavior. And if you just get up and walk away, pray by the bed, that all sounds nice and stuff, and then kiss her wet cheek and then leave. It's like you're just piling tons of salt into an open wound and that you created, and then you leave. And it's like, no, you don't get to slip out in the night. You get to tell her these thoughts. You're a saint. I messed up. I don't think I can change. I don't think I'm going to change. Do you want to keep the relationship as we are or not? You've got to give her some say in this. But part of it's her fault, too, for not being more vocal. The quote-unquote strong silent types. In this case, it's not the exact stereotype, but there's a strength to keep loving this guy, but there are times where you got to step up and not merely fight for yourself, but fight for the other one. Put it to him. Knock the shit off or we're done. And sometimes people need that kind of wake-up call. We've all had them in various ways in our lives where we're given ultimatums. If you do this, even when you're a 7-year-old, if you do this, you're going to your room. Well, there's an ultimatum, either or. Which way is it going to be? If you drink milk right out of the carton instead of putting it in a glass, I'm sending you to your room for a half hour. Well, you got a choice. You know what the rules are. And in this case, she's got to establish more of the ground rules and sort of create a perception of value. Because if she doesn't show him that she values herself, he's not going to value her. He realizes privately that she's a saint because he realizes, and he's basically tormented by his own behavior. And instead of buying that dress for her birthday, he spent it on what he referred to as a worthless friend, and he spent the money in a bar. Maybe you do belong in a single life, and not everybody belongs in a relationship. Not everybody's good in them. And if you're going to have this desire to be with somebody, sexually. It's going to happen. So then you go out and you find somebody else for a one night stand and you can lead that kind of life. But to be tormenting another person who really is a sweetheart, that's not right. But you've got to give her some say in this thing, man. You can't just make yourself out to be the good guy by saying, here's what I realized. She's so good, I have to leave. No, you know what? At least have agreement with her because it will help her process it. If she gets to share thoughts with you as to why the relationship doesn't work for her, but she's got to have that privilege, that right. She's earned it, that she gets to agree with you. This isn't working. You should go. Let her cry those tears, but at least she'll know that she was respected enough to have some say in how the relationship dissolves. And that's why I said they kind of piss me off because I love my gender. Believe me, I love hanging with my bros and all that stuff. But when I hear stuff like this, it's like, man, I know you think you're doing the right thing by walking away, but not the way in which you're walking away. You gotta let her say, "I love you so much, but you have to go." Like at least she knows she played a part in how the relationship dissolved, how it ended. I guess I don't know if I'm naive in this regard, but maybe it's because I'm an extremist. If I see something in myself, and this has been true over the decades, when I see something in myself that is not up to my ideal or that might be lacking, I change them like right away. I don't mind change. I actually like change. When people say change is hard, or they're afraid of change, I think I get it to a certain point, but it's actually fun to go on a journey of trying something new. And if that something new is jettisoning or limiting some bad quality in you or some quality in yourself that you don't like, then make that change right away. It's really pretty simple and kind of fun. And if you're hurting another person with your behavior, and it isn't because they have unreasonable expectations, but it's just because your behavior really is that bad, then change it. If going to the bar and spending money is a bad thing, then stay home. It's really not that hard. Find something to do at home. Doesn't matter what it is. Just watch TV, read a book, talk, go out and weed the yard. It doesn't matter, but do something other than what you don't like. Something will fill the void. And if you know you need to be kissing a dry cheek on your wife, on your woman, then don't go out, kiss the dry cheek. She'll see your effort. She'll know it's there. She'll see that heart and that desire, and it will resurrect a spark of hope in her. Anyway, this is what goes on in my brain in these things. This is what happens when you've lived 63 years on planet Earth and made mistakes and remedied many of them over the course of your life, and you actually care about other people. You see stuff like that. You hear a song that's like 70 years old and you're pissed off. Anyhow, Elias, that was a good one, man. You put it to me. I mean, you sort of had the big band era in this where you had like, an orchestra almost backing you and playing these instruments that just allow the story to be told. And Ray Price could sing. He could tell that story. It must have been hard. I think some songs are hard for artists even to sing just because it's like, all right, this song is deep. This song is going to paint me, even though I'm representing a character, but I'm singing a character who's a bad guy. So I'm going to play it out. So, all right, I'm going to rate this song. And the number that popped into my head on this one was an 8.9. Wait, what hat am I wearing? Oh, no, I'm not wearing my Zimbabwe hat. All right. I get an 8.9 on that one. Simple instrumentation, which I liked. And the story was just of a guy who wasn't doing right. And yeah, I wonder if it hit you hard for the same reasons that it hit me hard, Elias. Because it did. It hit me. All right, guys. I look forward to reading your comments, Elias, and everybody else's as well. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video. Keep rocking the country. Trying to get things a little bit better if you can pull it off.